Portal here at the 33 East Tournament event, the RMC event right here. Over 60 teams, huge event, crazy pricing, man. Over 8 cases of stuff. Jeez. All right, we have here top 8. Steven, what's up, man?
How's it going, man?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
So, what deck do you use, man?
I played a PK.
PK?
Yep.
Oh, man. Any shout-outs before we begin?
Yeah. So shout-outs to my teammates, Zach Aosi, Mount Fuji, and then obviously shout-out to my wife. Shout-out to Shogun Dojo, and then just shout-out to everyone who's supporting me today.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, before we begin, what made you decide to play PKs for this event?
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been really playing for the last, like, I'd say year and a half. So I just kind of got back in. PK seemed pretty consistent at what it does, and it's got like a pretty high ceiling. I had to learn it over the course of like the last week, which was fun when you don't really know the format. But yeah, it definitely it's good. It gets you to what you want to do, and being able to double protect Scythe to be able to make sure that it goes off is really, really good. Yeah. So that was like my main reason for wanting to play it.
Nice. Well, you guys did well. Please take it with the rest of the group, man.
Yeah, definitely. So to start out, we played 3 tour guide, and then this here and the graph. It's just kind of, I wasn't playing this yesterday. I regret that, just because this helps facilitate Appaloosa prior to being able to go off, which that combo, I think it's essential, just because if your plays go through, you're winning like every single time. Scythe is insane, and you have the thing that I like about this deck is it has the dichotomy of being able to set up monsters that are good, but then also having back row to back it up. So like no matter what they do, you're usually good. And then for the PKs, I played 3 Torn Skills. I played 2 Cloaks, 2 Boots, and then Gloves and a Stain. So that's, I think it's relatively standard. I think some people might play 10. I'm only playing 9, but I just don't. I want to see my real extenders more than I actually want to see them, and then just set up. So for the extenders, I play a Kagamucha, Danger Jackalope, Danger Snake, and then Junk Forward, Psychic Wielder, Psychic Tracker, and then I also play 2 E-Tellies and Rhoda, which are basically like pseudo extenders as well. And then for the defensive cards, I'm playing just 3 Nib and then 3 Droplet. Those are the only main deck defensive cards that I decided to play. This deck does a really good job of playing through established boards, and you don't really need too much. So I just wanted like the highest impact cards main deck to be able to do that. Yeah. And then the obligatory Scythe and the Destiny Fusion package. So this deck does have quite a few bricks, but the thing about it, you only really need 2 cards to play, and then the rest can be bricks, and then you just kind of go off anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah, DP is nice.
Yeah, and then just to go with those is the 3 Fusion Destiny. And then Call by the Grave, this was a decision for today. For 1, DP, and then for 2, just making sure that your like plays go through, and it has like added utility against like Drytron randomly. And then 3 and 1. I see a lot of people play Wings or Sword. Yeah. I don't really think those cards are necessary. You're basically just wanting cards that are good just because you play so many cards that are bad. So like mitigating those kind of helps.
Okay, main deck count?
40.
Ooh, perfect.
Yeah, always 40. I see a lot of people try to like go over 40 with this deck just to try to kind of mitigate drawing some of those bad cards, but yeah. I think you try to get the most consistent build possible, and then if you draw those cards, it's fine because you still just go off with the other cards. So shout out to Dragonite, my favorite Pokemon. So Link Spider, this is mainly just for Nibiru, and then also randomly sometimes if you just need a Shade Brigadine and you need to go into this to make an Anaconda.
Happens.
Terabini, best card in the extra deck. This card's insane. Dagda, Shade Brigadine, second best card in the extra deck. Nightmare Unicorn, Appaloosa, Bortlesword, so like, Bortlesword, sorry. Yeah. So I wasn't playing Bortlesword yesterday, and I decided to put it in today just because I did notice that this deck on turn 3, it does sometimes have a little bit of trouble getting 8,000 on board, so that's why I decided to play this, and it was pretty good. It actually won me a match against Sky Striker. And then Access Code, Leviair, 2 Break Sword, Downer, Zeus, and then the Verte Anaconda package. This card is insane in this deck. Like, the added benefit to being able to, obviously Scythe, but then the added benefit to being able to just pop your PK cards and then get additional value off of them in grave is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And then for the side, I just played a 2DD Crow. So this is a DPE, and then it's also Drytron, and honestly a few other decks. So it has pretty wide coverage, and I had like 2 slots, so I figured why not. Droll,
It's like all of us saying that.
Dark Ruler, Red Reboot, 3 evenly, Imperial Order, and then 2 anti-spell.
How those do for you?
These cards are insane. So the thing about this deck too, well, I guess any deck with DPE, it's really, really good. Because you set this up turn 1, you go DPE, and then on turn 3, if you have spells that you need to resolve, you can just pop this with DPE. So it's like really, really, really insane. Yeah, I love that all weekend.
Very
Yeah, that was
nice, man.
yeah. So that's it. Just 40, 15, 15. It was a really fun event. Shout out to RMC as well for hosting it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one that they host for the next set that comes out because it was fun.
Yeah, sweet. There you go. Welcome back to the channel, and thanks again.
Thank you.
Portal out.